For better or for worse, I can't believe you let me out, but the truth's in the way that it hurts. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this afternoon stream, wherever you may be. It's 2046, 16th of the 6th, 2026. That was a bit slow coming in, but we have a very, very exciting show lined up for you guys. This has been in the works for a very long time. Shabba. Shinra, how you doing, buddy? How's tricks? How are you getting on? Hope all is well, Shinra. How's life with you? What are you up to on this fine, special Tuesday? Tuesday of June. The year is flying past. We're almost halfway through the year. People were saying at the beginning of the month we're halfway through the year. Those people are liars, because it takes another couple of weeks before us to get there. If that makes any sense at all. It doesn't. I am having a bit of water tonight, and I'm going to have Guinness. So you might hear me pouring myself a nice Guinness. Hope you're all keeping well. Tommy Burns, big shout out to you, Shabba. Abraham 982, how are you getting on? Brian, is it possible in the stream to talk a little about your involvement with Fun Boys? That would be an absolute pleasure. No problem at all. Sean O'Sullivan. I seen your name, Sean O'Sullivan, if that's how we pronounce it. I seen your name popping up a lot when I was down in County Kerry. You might have told me before, are you a Kerry man? Yeah. Schwan Crank, hello. Hello there, guys. Welcome aboard the ship. It's great to be back. I'm just going to pour myself a nice, fresh Guinness. This one is straight out of my father's fridge. He doesn't know I have it. But that's fine. He doesn't need to know everything. And I'm going to pour it straight. I find that if you pour a can straight, you don't wait. You just pour it straight. There's one for the Yanks. Nearly Christmas, Benny. It is. It's just around the corner. Now is the time. Now is the time to get your Christmas turkey and your tree and your decorations and your presents. And I mean that. Get your presents, lads, for Christmas. So welcome aboard anyways. How's everyone getting on anyway? I had to look to see where I was gone, but I've been to Waterford recently. I've been to Tramore. I was in Dublin there last week. I was in Cork and I was in Kerry. And I was getting around the place. And I tell you one thing, it's a fine country when the weather's good. But when the weather is rainy, windy, whatever, hard to get around. But it's been good. Now the only problem is I've been doing a lot of sweating in the car, which is fair, especially if you're in the car. But on a sunny day, we don't get many sunny days. So unfortunately, a lot of the times it's been sunny recently, I've had to be in the car. So that's kind of annoying. Like I've been driving from Waterford to Mayo. It was about 4.5 hours, which is too much really. Now I'm just going to go through the comments here, guys, and see how everyone is doing. Sean, you've deleted the message there. Never a good sign. You either said something you didn't want to say, or you're a liar. Oh. Is it rumoured that the unstoppable comedic force of Coogan has met the immovable crack of Colgan? I wish I could put myself into the same category as Stevie Coogan as he went by on the day. But I was in something with him called Fun Boys. If you're looking for something to watch, guys, it is on the BBC One channel. And I was lucky enough to be in a scene with the sexy man, Steve Coogan, who has family from County Mayo. I believed it was Island Eady. And then I was like, no, that's actually where Indokinny comes from. And I got confused. And it's not actually where his parents come from, Steve Coogan. His parents are from Mayo, somewhere between Westport and Castlebar, I think he said. But as soon as I got it mixed up with Island Eady, I was gone. I was done. Benny, did you go camping? I've got a good story for you. Well, I shouldn't give away too many details, but I do have a small bit of a story about camping. So I booked into, and I won't say what part of the country this is in, but I booked into a campsite, and it was like an Airbnb kind of campsite job, and staying for one night. So I was out with some friends anyways, and I was getting to this Airbnb at around 8:30. And about an hour beforehand, the guy texts me and says, "Where are you?" And I said, oh, I'll be there in about an hour. He goes, if you don't get here in half an hour, I'm going to cancel your bed for the night, basically. So I would have had no bed. I would have to sleep in the car. And then he starts texting me pictures of priests that were at the house the night before, saying he had a great time with loads of priests. They came over, they climbed a few mountains together, and then they had a few beers after. And he started sending me all these pictures. And I was looking at these pictures, and to be honest, I couldn't tell if they were AI or not. I should get them here on my phone, actually. This might be dodgy. I'm going to try and show you these pictures, guys, because this is just... And he was texting me saying, where the hell are you? While he's also sending me pictures of loads of priests in his kind of Airbnb, because he has like tents and huts that you can stay in. But anyways, to cut a long story short, folks, I got there about 8:15. He wasn't answering. I was getting angry. I was like, this guy is not going to cancel me. And I don't know why I was thinking that. He could have had a fucking gun, this lad. But I was just so annoyed at this point. I was like, no, I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to, because I've already paid. And then anyways, so look at this picture, guys. This, can you see that now? Let me know if you can see that, folks. Because this needs to be seen. That's the picture he was sending me. These priests. There's another one. Where's it gone now? Let me just show you this. Let me see what the other one is. This is another picture he sent me. Beehive huts, Tommy. Yeah, they were staying in beehive huts. Yeah, beehive huts. Anyways, I got there and he was like, where were you? And I said, you never told me to be here earlier. What are you talking about? And we had a bit of an argument. And then I was like, where's my bed? And he goes, oh yeah, I'll show you to the bed now. So, and there was a bit of tension. And he brought me down this really dark alleyway that had like very much unfinished parts of the building. And he goes, that's your room there. So it was kind of like, he asked me, did I go camping? It wasn't really camping. I was in a shack, but the shack was kind of falling apart. And I didn't sleep very well. It was a very windy night. I don't know if you remember that windy night we had 2 weeks ago where everything was shaking. The whole country was shaking. And the room that I was in, or the shack that I was in, the whole thing was shaking. And I was thinking, this fella, you know, he might not like the fact that I was giving out to him as well. He might think that I'm a bit of an enemy or a threat. And I was thinking the same about him. But there was a lock on the door, and I locked the door. I was the only person there. That's the bit that scared me. I was the only person there. Does that scare you guys? What would you do in that situation? This week, you've been mostly eating. I like the sound of that. Me too. I've been doing a lot of eating. Unfortunately, because I've been driving a lot, folks, I've been doing a lot, far too much eating in the car while I'm driving. The worst way to eat a chicken burger, chips, or any of that stuff is to eat while you're going around a roundabout. I don't care what anyone says. Like, you'd never catch an Italian eating a fucking beef burger on the bypass. This week, put the bed up against the door, Tommy Burns. I thought that too, but actually where the bed was placed, the door was in front of me, so I was kind of sleeping like this, thinking, if he comes in here, I'll have a couple of seconds to, I don't know what I was going to do, nothing, just a couple of seconds longer to maybe see what's going to happen to me, whatever he was going to do to me. But anyways, woke up the following morning, I'd say at about 5, and I left. And even Airbnb didn't even ask me, do you want to leave a review? Which I found to be strange. Because normally after staying in places, we all know, Airbnb will send you a message and say, leave your review quick. Am I watching the French match? No, I'm not actually. But let me just check in on this French match and see what the score be. But thank you everybody anyways for joining me here tonight. And if you have any questions, feel free to get stuck into the chat. The reason why I have these two things pulled up here as well is, well, this one is the Maltese Falcon. Now, I've saved this video from before. I don't even know why. But it's there anyways. It's in one of my saved videos. But this is another one. I did a video today and some fella said Papa Smurf vibes because I had a red hat on and a blue jumper. And then I looked. I was mad at what he said, and then I looked and I thought, yeah, he's right. He's spot on. He's absolutely spot on. Do you remember this cartoon anyways? Papa Smurf and the boys. I think there was the Smurfs. That was the call, yeah? Creepy enough looking fella. But anyways, we're just going to check the France game here now as well. France score. Have you been watching the World Cup, by the way? Have you been checking in on the World Cup? What do you make of it? Smurfs. SHMURFS. I would just... Does anyone here in the chat there, by the way, speak Irish? Because I had this idea the other day, but I don't know if it's true. You know the way in Irish you have to throw a H into certain words? I wonder is that where that came from? The H. Also, anyone across Ireland who's not from County Mayo, do you put a H into your speaking, let's say? It's funny how when you go to another county you think that they have a very strong accent. Like I think the people in Cork have a very strong accent. How's it going, bye? How are you? How are you? Is that anyone there in the chat from Cork? How's it going, bye? I'd love to hear what you think of my Cork accent. Aaron Tricky, that's the West talk. Could be, but you don't hear people from Donegal with the H in there, or do you? And also, anyone from Sligo, stick the H in. I do the H now and live in the UK. Shinra, lovely. Love to hear it. I absolutely love to hear it. Priests in your area want to chat. King of Ballyclare, how are you getting on? How's tricks? Hope everyone's doing well in the chat anyways. We were checking the France scoreline World Cup. You think that would have came up handy, but no. You have to go looking now. Let me see. Just tell me the World Cup scores, will you? For the love of God. France 0, Senegal 0. Definitely up for Senegal in this one. We want Senegal to win it. We definitely want Senegal to win this one. As an act of defiance. Come on, Senegal. Capo Verde, by the way, folks. Did you know this? I'm sure you all did. I only found out today, but there's a fella from Capo Verde who plays in the Irish League. His mother, I think, is from Dublin, and his father is from Capo Verde. And as far as I'm aware, Capo Verde is in the middle. Is it next door to Africa, is it? Capo Verde, little small spot. How did they, like, no offence to the Capo Verde people if you're watching, but how did you get to the World Cup? Sorry to get angry, but how did you get there and we didn't get there? No offence to Capo Verde. I'm sure this has to be lovely. This has to be a lovely part of the world. They must have lovely beaches. They have lovely tropical food. I don't know if that's a tropical area, but they have to have a lot of nice stuff there. Imagine just chilling out in Capo Verde as we speak. That's decent Corkonian. Thank you. Thank you very much, Senior Gobbles. I have a video coming to you too, bye. That's going to be the end of the Cork accent. Because it's not great. Wouldn't fit a pitch on that island. Shinra, you're 100% correct. How is these, like, no offence, again, I think Capo Verde, I don't actually know anything about it, but I'd say it's lovely. But how are they playing football there? On a stony little island. And again, I'm giving zero shade to the Capo Verde people, but, like, I'm not playing football if I'm there. Let's put it like that, will we? Red Armchair supporter, always good to have you here with us. You're a true stallion of the long game. A true stallion of the long game. Stony little Clem. Stony grey soil of Cape Verde. Yeah, I get it, folks. I get it. It's like Fat Joe. No, actually, that's not a good example. It's like, you know, when they used to have like these rappers who were really big and fat, but they would be called Little Jim or Little Timmy or Little whatever. It's an ironic name. So maybe Cape Verde is ironic almost to the point where, what's that place? Iceland. Iceland's called Iceland because it used to be very green. They didn't want anyone coming over there, apparently. And Greenland is the opposite of that, I think. You were watching hurling a few days ago. You reckon you could play that? I don't know. I've picked up a Schlither before and give it a shot. And I tell you one thing, you need a bit of skill for that old hurling. I'm not going to lie to you now. But this Cape Verde spot, and again, no offence to the Cape Verde people, we're not having a dig here. Pico Lopez, yes, that's your man's name. Pico Lopez. He plays as, I believe, Pico. Here he is. Let's have a little look at Pico Lopez. Roberto Carlos Lopez, also known as Pico. Hold on a second. This is another curveball. He's got a sort of Spanish name, possibly. Don't tell me the Spanish were down there. Don't tell me they were all the way down there. Very possibly. But that's a fair bit down. Even here is down far enough. Gran Canaries, which is under the Spanish. But who won't, like, Capo Verde language? Does anyone know what language it speaks? I suppose it must be the name like that. It has to be Spanish, does it? I've only have to copy that now. Capo Verde language. This is probably very obvious to everybody, but I did not know this. Oh, Portuguese they're speaking down there. Did anyone know that? Does everyone know that? Can I do a Limerick accent, right? Let me see now how to do... No, Limerick could be more. What's going on, kid? How are you getting on, kid? What's your crack, kid? That's all I can say, kid. See, I need to... They reckon if you're doing an accent, you need to stick a word at the end of it, or some word that's really... A word you can kind of wrap your tongue around. So I suppose with the likes of Limerick, it'll be kid. How's it going, kid? But that could be completely wrong. Any other countries or towns or cities you want me to do an accent of, I could do it. Benny, I've already done the old Cork one. So that's not going to happen again. Biggie Smalls, exactly, Mr. Man. You've hit the nail on the head there. Henrik Larsson's dad is from Cape Verde. Well, I'll be damned. Jesus. That's a bit of information I never expected. I had to sit back in the chair for that one. 6'4" with long arms. I do not know what you're talking about there. We saw you do it. And oh, yeah, the TG program. Yeah, well, I didn't do great, though. Like, I tried it, and it wasn't great. Like, the teacher from that show, which is if you want to see me fall on my arse many a time, check out this show. I forget the name of it, but it was basically where I was learning Irish. And so it was like 6 of us, and we're all trying to get better at Irish, basically. And towards the end of the show, they were giving out awards for who's the quickest improver in Irish, who has learned the most vocabulary in Irish, who's got the better sentence structure in Irish, and I got the best at doing yoga. Nothing to do with the show. Nothing at all to do with the show. But anyways, I tried, and I'm still trying, and we're back. I signed up recently to an Irish online course. I think her name is Nicole. She does it on the old YouTube. So I'm trying to get back into it, folks. But thanks to everybody for joining me in the chat. Portuguese. Mean Street Posse 99. You knew that spoke Portuguese. Okay, well, you know a hell of a lot more than me then. Let me see. Portugal also have Madeira. Is that where Madeira cake comes from? I think it is. Where is Madeira on the map, folks? Without having to... Well, I'll just type it in here, I suppose. Madeira. Is that how we say it? Madeira? Oh, that's up a good bit, though. You could kind of half believe that because Portugal is there, so it's like, you know, even though it's a fair bit away, like, but... And then these Gran Canaries here is a bit, you know, it's a bit... Can you see that there? I just hope... Maybe my fucking thing is in the way there. Hopefully you can see that now. Gran Canaries is there, but all the way down here, look at this. Portuguese. You couldn't be up to the Portuguese, I tell you that for nothing. New Zealand. Right, try New Zealand accent. Okay, and then someone says China. So when I seen that you wrote China there, I got a sort of a bit of a pain in my heart because I thought, I can't do a Chinese accent. That's unfair to Chinese people. That's what I thought straight off the bat there. But think about this for a second. How come I can do a New Zealand accent but not the Chinese one? Therefore, I'm going to do both. Not at the same time. New Zealand, right.
So New Zealand's a bit tight in the voice.
That's actually nothing like a New Zealand accent.
New Zealand is a bit tight. Yeah.
Apologies if you're from New Zealand listening to this nonsense.
New Zealand, good day.
I can't do that. But let me try Chinese, okay? But it's going to be in English because I don't speak Mandarin. How do you do? I think that's enough of that. I actually can say one thing actually in Chinese. So let's give that a go. Mandarin. Is it Mandarin? What that means, Owen. I used to go into not Chippers, but when I was drunk and lived in Galway, I used to have a girlfriend from China, and she taught me some Chinese things. And one of those things was how to say my name is in Mandarin. So it is, what that means, Owen. And I learned that sentence off. And I used to go into, not purposely, this was never like planned, but I'd go into a Chinese at the end of the night and I'd order food. You know, I'd order whatever, 4 and 1 or whatever else they have. I don't know what they have. It's always 4 and 1s. But like, I'd order food and then they'd be standing there at the counter, like, you know, and you're talking to them. And they're like, and you're like, do you like Ireland? Are you having a good time? And they'd talk to you and say, yeah, have you ever been to China? And I'd say, yeah, never been to China, but I'd love to go. And then I'd say to them, what that means, Owen? And they'd be like, what? They actually would not know what I'm talking about. One Chinese person knew what I was talking about once, and that was enough. That was enough for me. But I was welcomed into the Chinese culture in Galway, and lovely people. And they had this one thing that I learned, and we'll go away from this very soon. One thing that I did learn is that when you're eating soup in China, you got to make noise. So you go, you make that kind of noise because it's suggesting that this is so delicious. I've kind of lost the run of myself a small bit, and I like that. And I was eating it with these Chinese people, and I was being silent about it. So I was like, you know, like eating soup in silence is not easy. So, but I was like, take a look around every time. Wait. And they thought I didn't like the soup. But I said to them, I finished my soup. My soup is finished. What do you want from me? And they told me though that's good to make noise when you're eating your food. That's what I learned anyway. Let me see what people are saying in the chat here. Ronaldo born in Madeira. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think actually, now that you say it, Ronaldo is born in Madeira. I think there's a few islands out there, and one of them I believe is the island of Crows. Somebody told me before. I met my friend's wife from Portugal, and lovely lady. And the Portuguese actually are very nice people. But one of the things she told me almost straight off the bat was, oh, did you know that there's an island close to where Ronaldo was born called the Island of Crows? I said, all right. What part of Portugal are you from yourself? Sorry guys, I'm giddy. I'm back happy to do this stream with you guys. Let's go. It's the wrong button. Let me see what's going on here now, guys, in the chat. By the way, would anyone enter Love Island if you had the chance? What do you make of your man Fitzy in Love Island? That's something that I wanted to talk to you today about. What do you make of your man Fitzy in Love Island? If so, are you watching it? What do you make of Maureen? Is it Maureen Hughes? Maureen Higgins. Maura Higgins. What do you make of Maura Higgins? Do you care about Maura Higgins? Would you like to be her? The island is made from Madeira cake. Am I saying that right? Madeira cake. Madeira cake. Madeira. There's also what was another word I was trying to pronounce the other day? Cocoa. All like cacao tea, is it? This is the new craze here now. Cacao Tea is actually a singer, better known as Cacao Tea, was a Jamaican reggae singer. Well, I'd be damned, I never heard that before. I think this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Cacao Tea. It tastes a bit like chocolate, maybe. Let's see what the reggae is like. We'll stick on a bit of Cacao Tea mix, will we?
www.djshinsky.com.
Let's do it.
Mixing the best international music. It's your favorite DJ,
Let's do it.
DJ Shinsky.
I thought it was a DJ Shitsky. Okay, this is a lovely setup, by the way, isn't it? Like, I don't really watch any of these kind of shows before going out, but like, I'm always tempted. It's always Babylon talk, isn't it? You know one thing about the Jamaicans, they always go on about Babylon.
My home is not in Babylon. Mount Zion is I home. And I say, any day from now, I didn't know. Calling on Rastaman. No more
Shabba.
I and I roam.
There you go, look at him.
Hurry up and come.
Hurry up and come. He reminds me of a fella that I met in Galway once who was part of the Bob Marley gang. What were they called again? You know, Bob Marley had the boys with him, but one of them I think used to live in Galway, and he used to come into the shop that I worked in, and he'd get skins, and he'd always get the king size skins, and there was never any doubt that he smoked, because he'd stink of weed. But I think it could be a case of, in a lot of the Rastafari religions, they can smoke weed. The Wailers, yes, the Wailers, exactly. Thank you. Thanks for that one. The Wailers, Bob Marley and the Wailers, and I used to listen to them all the time when I worked in the shop. I had control over the music, which was a lovely touch. Bob Marley and the Kingskins, is that them? Is that another spin-off? Is it?
Hurry up and come.
Hurry up and come.
From England straight to America. Even down there in the valley of Jamaica.
Let's just weigh up this hat he's wearing for a second. Like, you wouldn't get away with that in Swinford. I'm just saying you wouldn't get away with that in Swinford. Or the west of Ireland for that matter. And it's a lovely hat, but I don't think I'd get away with that now. I'd say you'd get away with that in Dublin now, would you? I'd say in Belfast you'd be grand now wearing a hat like that. In Cork, they'd encourage a hat like that now in Cork, I'd say. I'd say people would like that hat in Cork. I think Cork is the most reggae town of Ireland. Now, what do you guys think? I knew lads wanting to be Rastas so they could smoke. More to it than that, I'm sure. Yeah, definitely, 100%. Thought that was the WWF logo in the top right. It does look a bit like it, alright, yeah. Galway City hat. Yeah, it does a bit actually. It looks like a Galway City hat. And you're saying avoid Belfast. Ah, no, Belfast is a good spot.
Japan straight over to China.
Wait a minute, he's having a dig at Japan there, was he?
From England straight to America.
Yeah.
Even down there in the valley of Jamaica. Japan straight over to China.
He's having a little dig at Japan there for no reason.
Fire upon the Oslo master. In a Babylon there's a
Reggae is a bit like, you listen to it and you think, oh, this is a nice song. And then you listen to the lyrics, you're like, oh. Toad from Mario. It's a similar enough setup, yeah. I've never been to a reggae concert, but I think it used to be bigger years ago, reggae. I don't know anyone really that's talking about reggae at the minute. Did you ever see that documentary with Snoop Dogg where he goes to, I think it's Kingston, I think he goes to Kingston with the cousin, and it's called Reincarnated or something like that. But Snoop Dogg, as we all know, loves the ganj, but he can't keep up with the lads in Jamaica. They're just ploughing the stuff into them. They're just ploughing the smoke into them. And it's just, at some point you're looking at it going, this is too much. Red Armchair Sporty, you were at a Natty Whaler gig. How was that? Where was that? And why was that? We're just looking at Cape Verde, which is where your man is from. I forget his name again, guys. It slipped me there now again. But anyway, let's just check out the score as well, by the way, in the France-Senegal game. We're up around half-time, and it's still 0-0. Who do you guys have winning the World Cup, by the way? I know Mexico did a nice win there the other day against South Africa. I reckon from this group, here, Group A, Mexico and South Korea. South Korea are also a very, very strong team. Do not be fooled by the South Koreans. They're coming for the win. They're coming for the win. Let me see. Shinra, America. You saw the gig in America, Natty Whaler. Whereabouts? That sounds like a great night out. Oh no, sorry, I'm getting two things mixed up here. Red Armchair Sporter, you're saying you've seen Natty Whaler. Hope Cape Verde come through. Got that in a sweepstakes in the pub. What is the story with these sweepstakes, by the way? Because sometimes I get asked to go into them and then I don't know what it is. And I feel like too much time has passed for me to figure out what a sweepstake is. I've had a sweet steak. Sorry, that's terrible. But is it like a bit of fantasy football kind of thing, is it? Where you change players every week? I remember actually watching the World Cup a few years ago, and I put a bet on that there was going to be 22 throws in one of the games. And there was 21 throws. But up to the very last minute, I was addicted to watching that game. And the point is, it was two very shit teams that were playing. So I had no real reason to be looking at all. Owen, you want anyone but England. I agree with you. And there's no offence, but if England win it, they'll never stop talking about it. So I want to see them get to the final, and that's the end of it. So I think Mexico and South Korea is going to go through, and then Switzerland might go through there, and then, geez, hard to know. Canada. I'd say Canada will go through because they're at home kind of thing. The home team has the advantage. What is that all about? Is that just, like, I always wonder, like, why do teams do better at home? I know it's because there's loads of fellas in the crowd going, let's have it. But at the same time, where is all that coming from? That extra bounce that the players are getting? Is this an internal energy system that they just don't know how to crank up? Like, do you ever see a team that's losing 2-1? The team that's losing for the last 10 minutes of the game will be fully in it. They'll be probably attacking the whole time. It's never a case of the team that's losing by 2 goals is just like defending. Doesn't happen. Let me see. A woman made you go, it was rubbish, and she wasn't much better, okay? Sweepstakes. You pay €10. So this is the football thing. You pay €10 for entry, and the first prize gets £400, second prize £300, third a free pint in your pub anyway. Gotcha. And it kind of ties you into watching the World Cup a bit more. And therefore, if you're with somebody, you can say, I've got to go because we're watching the football because the team is Japan. I've got them on the football. I wrote them down. I'm going for 5 pints. Don't have to travel to play. Yes, I suppose that could be true, Tommy Burns. They don't have to travel to pay, but is that it? Is it an energy thing then? So I guess you're less tired if you're not travelling. Is that what's going on there? I have an old hair there on the microphone. Psychonaut Maxwell coming in with a very, very rambunctious curveball here. They're more attuned to their geographical wavelengths, riding the vibes. I'd say fucking Alex Jones could attune to that talk. Thanks for everyone joining me in the chat, by the way. It's great to have you all here. Added pressure of playing at home might go against them. Yes, so it's a pressure thing. It's a pressure valve. It's a bloody pressure valve. Let me see now. So this Group C is an interesting one. I think Morocco are going to do well in Group C. I would love to see Scotland going through, but of course you cannot write off the Brazilians. They're not going to win the World Cup this year. No offence to Brazil, but they're just not the same team they used to be when they had the big hot shots like Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Ronaldo, Romario, Redondo, Reggie Watts, and pressure of okay, Joe's the king. Just a bit more information here is coming in. It's coming in here. Also forgot to say you don't get to pick your team. My team was pulled from a hat. I wouldn't go in conscious choosing Cape Verde. Gotcha. So there's another element of danger added to the mix. But also now you're looking at Cape Verde and you're thinking, what goes on in Cape Verde? And you're learning about Cape Verde. I love it. I'm actually going to join one of these now. You've sold me on it. And I wonder how to sign up for one. I'll find a couple of lads, see if they want to sign up. So I think Scotland are going to go through. And no offence to Haiti here, but they're just not going to do it, unfortunately. They've got a very small crap team, and I don't mean to be rude about that. But I heard recently that Haiti have Polish Warriors on their jersey. Is that true? Does anyone know if that's true? They had to remove them, I think, or something. Now, Group D is USA, Australia, Turkey, and Paraguay. I would love to see Paraguay and Turkey going through there. I don't know if I like the Australian football team. No offence. USA, I suppose, I don't know if I want USA to go through. It seems like they don't care about soccer. They don't give a shit about soccer ball. So I think it might be best just to leave them where they are in the group stages. 4:20 East Coast, Midwest, USA, blaze it. I love to see it. Did you see the UFC at the White House? I seen clips of it actually. Yeah, I seen a fair few clips, and Cyril Gane won, of course, and your man beat Ilia Topuria, which I didn't expect. Was it good to see it? People were offended online that they were fighting in the White House. Some people were saying it was the greatest night of sports entertainment in the world. I don't think either of those things are true. I think the greatest night of sports entertainment in the world. And guys, let me know in the chat what you guys think. No, let me know what you think was the greatest night of sports entertainment in the world. Let me know what you think. I'd love to know. Was it when Ray Houghton knocked the ball over the Italian goalkeeper in USA 94 to bring us into the final 16 when Spain cheated on us? Will it be Katie Taylor fighting in Croke Park? 72,000 people packed into the stadium. Will it be Sonia O'Sullivan when she was out doing the long running and she won gold? WrestleMania 24. Completely, wholeheartedly agree with you on that. There's been some wrestling moments like the Royal Rumble of, let's say, 2001 with Rikishi. That was a good one. Steve Collins beating Eubank was a great one. Great shout there, Eddie Greenhart. Thanks for joining us. Last thing Trump needs is a World Cup win. You hit the nail on the head there too, yeah. You did, actually. He's already got the FIFA Peace Award, so I'd imagine if America were to win the World Cup, I don't know what that would mean for... What would that mean for the world if America win it? Would it be a good thing? Would it be a bad thing? I think in the grand scheme of things, and we're giving everyone a shout here, Jaws the King 96, I think in the grand scheme of things, Trump has done in the past, the UFC 250 is one of the better things he's pulled off. Yes, okay. I suppose, like, yeah, like, I don't care either way personally myself, but a lot of people were giving out saying it's defamation of the White House and what it means. And Dana White was saying, fuck that. He wants to go bigger next time. And I'm wondering, how is Dana White going to go bigger? And how is he actually going to go bigger? The only option really now is space. Or maybe the middle of the ocean, I think. Rikishi with the stink face move. Sumo events are the best. Oh, I've never been to a sumo event now, but I'd love to. I did see a documentary about sumo wrestlers before, and there was an American fella who wasn't even... properly like heritage sumo, but he did very well for himself. He wasn't fat, he was muscular, and he hung out with sumo wrestlers, and he found out that they eat a lot of food, as you can, I guess we can all imagine. Let me see now what people are saying here in the comments. Let me see. Jordan's first Grand Prix won. Jordan, really? Katie Price was in the Grand Prix, was she? It's a bad joke. Sorry about that. UFC at the White House is definitely in the line with USA is just the movie Idiocracy theory. Yeah, that's what people are saying. I've seen that movie a long time ago. We're jumping around here from one thing to the next, but this is only to get back on the horse of streaming anyway. I can't even spell the word idiot. What does that make me? Fuck's sake, sorry. I can't spell it to the minute, guys. Oh yeah, I've seen this movie a long time ago. A long time ago I've seen this movie. Actually, I might watch it again, you know. Could be a bit crack. I can't say that word. Idiocracia. Oh, no, that's the Spanish version. Idiocracy. Okay. You got it now. Let's see. Who's the main fella in that show? Luke Wilson. Yes, I couldn't remember his name. It's Owen Wilson's brother, Luke Wilson. It's been many's a moon that I've seen this fella. He's got the strongest jawline in New York. These guys look like they have secrets, though, don't they? Like, they look like... Owen Wilson looks like a good person. So does the brother, but like this, it's like the brother's hiding something. Like, what's... It's like he's kind of doesn't want to be there or something, do you know? It's like he's got something else that he wants to be doing instead of getting his picture taken. I could be wrong on that one now, but like this one here, like he looks like he's got cattle. Like clearly not working in an office here. Fair play to them though. Very successful brothers. Why is he holding a ladder there? There's no reason for him to be holding a ladder. But anyway, we'll go back to this World Cup chat. We're looking here now at Group E of the World Cup. Germany, you can't look too much past Germany. Ivory Coast, Ecuador, and Curacao. Curacao? How do you pronounce that, folks? Curacao. I know there's a bit of an accent there in the bottom half there, so Curacao. And this is where, by the way? I don't even know where this place is. This could be in the Caribbean, is it? Oh, it's beside fucking Venezuela. Because this is where a lot of Americans go on holiday, Aruba. Okay. Interesting. And how do they... No offence again. No offence to Curacao, because I'm very, very happy to have them there. If I had my own way, I wouldn't have the likes of... I wouldn't have... I'm trying to pick a country now that won't offend anyone, but I wouldn't have Norway there. They don't want to. They've things are going fine for Norway. They don't need to be there. And let me see where else. Croatia. Now I think like it's either Croatia or Czech. Pick whichever one, but not both. And then I'd have Ireland there, and I guess the north of Ireland too, says you. So, anyways, that's a nice little island in the middle of nowhere. But I can't imagine they'd have a big population to pull from, you know? So, I'm just wondering how a team like those guys and Cape Verde, how they're getting a team together. And that's no offence. Zero offence aimed at those guys. I'm very happy to see you in the World Cup. And I hope you get through your group. I hope Ivory Coast and Curacao get through that group. Norway have oil. They've loads of it. Plenty of it. They've enough. They've too much oil. Not even 200,000 people live there. That's like, what? How did that happen? Is it a case of them having an easier group? Would they be qualifying, I wonder, for the Americas group, or is that a different one? A golden generation. Well, you can imagine, like when Ireland qualified for the World Cup in, I suppose 2012 was the last time, we went nuts. The place was mental. So if a country that has 200,000 people qualifies, you can only imagine what that means to the people. This must mean an awful lot to the people. Sweden, Japan, Netherlands, Tunisia are Group F. Again, I'm just drawn to the underdog, but I do like the Japanese. The Japanese. So we'll give the Japanese a go there, and we'll stick on Tunisia as well. And just as a little break here, we'll put on some Japanese Irish trad. These guys are big news. Some nice whiskey there. Now, you can just tell already that they love Ireland. There's a fork on the table for no apparent reason. There's no alcohol involved here, but there's probably a fair bit of concentration going on. And then, of course, you got this fella here in the back, a Bowron. Let's go. Let's see these fingers work. Cultural appropriation. I'm only teasing you. This guy's looking at the menu. Look at this fellow over here. Didn't give a shit. He's looking at a fucking menu while he's playing. They have Guinness though, so I appreciate that. That's nice. Guinness, and also whiskey is huge in Japan. Apparently, some people would say that they're making the best whiskey in the world right now. I don't know who those people are. Nice. Nice bit of finger action there. Lovely. It's nice to see it. Lovely. Look at that. Loving a bit of flute music there. Yeah. Little drum kit there. A couple of pints. Lovely pots. Nice. I like it. Now I wonder what was the day. What happened the day that those people said, you know what, we're going to learn Irish music. I wonder what was going on. What did they see? What were they thinking about? Was it some Irish trad music they were watching on Tiki Cahir? Going to Tokyo soon, and no matter where I travel, I always visit an Irish pub in honour of my grandfather. You know, folks, I used to think that the pub was a great spot, and then I went through a little phase of thinking, yeah, but you shouldn't be in the pub that much because you're in there and you're drinking, you know, it's not good for you, and like all this sort of stuff, and enjoy yourself, but like don't get too pissed. And like I'm kind of going back at myself a small bit now, because I think that the pub needs to be saved. And I'm not saying go in there and get sloshed. You can be like these lovely folk here, have a couple of pints, and they go 3 or 4 pints, but get in there and get the music into your bones, and get into a dark corner and chat to that friend that you haven't seen in a while, and ask him how you getting on, and see what he's got to say for himself, and really look him in the eyes and say, yeah, but how are you getting on? And get the juice out of him, squeeze him like an old orange, and let him squeeze you. Wow. Since I've left the scoreline here, the scoreline I should say, scoreline. Let me see, France and Senegal have scored, I think. Let me see, World Cup. Let's just get these World Cup scores. So it's saying here to me that France are 1-0 up. Kylian Mbappe. And I looked back on his goals recently that he scored in the World Cup against Argentina 4 years ago, and Jesus Christ, he's something else, this fella. Something else. Kylian Mbappe has got the goal for France against Senegal. Yup out of that. Good on you, France. But we're hoping Senegal come back. We're hoping Senegal score a goal. We're hoping that they do well in this tournament. That'll do, you know. Somebody said 1-1 in the comments. So I'm wondering, is this a bit of a late update? Let me refresh this and see what's going on. Still saying 1-0 to France. Oh, the goal was disallowed. Right, gotcha. You got me all worked up. That's unfortunate. I really hope Senegal win this one, you know. Because I love the Senegalese jerseys. Anyways, the Tokyo players here. Anyone ever been to Tokyo, by the way? I'd love to go to Tokyo. Another spot I'd love to go to. Let's see if I can randomly find it on the map here. This might be embarrassing now up here, look. Oh yeah, it was handy enough because it's kind of shown. But wouldn't it be nice to go there now somewhere? Right there. It's a busy spot though. You'd be lost handy enough in Tokyo. Great spot to look at people though. Do a bit of people watching. Right there on the edge. I've never actually been over this side of the world at all. Like wouldn't you love to just go across all these different spots? Mongolia full of horses. China, the Great Wall of China. South Korea, get up to North Korea. Just say, what's going on up here, lads? What is going on? Start throwing your weight around North Korea. But anyways, the World Cup scoring is 1-0 to France still. And hope everyone's doing well out there. So yeah, how's everything with yourselves, folks, in the chat there? How are you getting on? Have you any mad plans there for the summertime? Are you enjoying the heat? Wherever you may be. Closest to Asia you've ever been is Turkey. Turkey's a good spot, yeah. There's a place in Turkey, and I could not pronounce the name of it last time I was there. And anytime I asked a taxi driver, do you know where Gölcükpeki is? They were like, what? What are you talking about? But let me see if I can find it. Gölcükpeki. I think there was a fella on Joe Rogan on about once. Not that I do watch Joe Rogan anymore. What you call it? Gölcükpeki, is it? Giblet pate. Turkey giblet pate. No, that's not the one. Turkey famous old monuments, let's say. Tepe, is that the one? Göbekli Tepe. Yes, here it is. Oh fuck, Reddit. Not Reddit. Get it? Yeah, let's have it. Yeah, this one here. Do you ever go there? Apparently there's something about this place in Turkey. It's very special. Copy. Let's have a look. I know, guys, I'm jumping around here like a Blue Earth fly at everything, so hopefully this is not too ADHD riddled. Right there, look. Right there. Let's keep pulling out. Let's pull out some more, says you. And there's Turkey. You don't really see... Where's Turkey? I know it's there, like, but where's the actual... Oh, that whole bit there is... Jeez, Turkey's a fair size, isn't it? It is a fair size, Turkey. So it's over here, right? Gotcha. So it's quite a distance from Istanbul. Huge country. Huge Turkey, I nearly said. You get spoiled in Ireland a small bit because it's only like really 4 hours from one bit to the next. But when you go somewhere else, like, I've never really been to any of the big spots. But when I was in Canada all those years ago, I remember I went down this way. That's the East Coast. I went down the East Coast. I think it was around here somewhere. It was somewhere around this spot here. And I remember looking at a map, and we're around here somewhere, Port Cartier, and we looked at this place here. Let's say this is a hypothetical slightly, but like I thought that'll take 2 hours. That'll take 2 hours, and on the phone, I think it was something like 17 hours. I know that sounds like I've lied there, but I don't know the exact details. Is Turkey dangerous? Not one bit. Not one bit. It's dangerous in the sense that you might fall in love with the place. No, that's me being silly, but like it's a lovely spot. Now I can't say I know anything about the country, but I suppose like it was kind of like, you know, I came back from Dublin there the other day, and my parents were like, "Oh Jesus, was it bad up there? Was everything going wild?" And I was like, "Not really. No, everyone was chilling." So you know the crack yourself. Was in Budapest a couple of weeks ago. Nice buildings, yes. That could be a nice spot to go to some point too. I always get mixed up. But is that Hungary? Oh, it is Hungary, yeah. Because then there's another one, Romania. Bucharest, yes. Gotcha. Hungary could be a nice spot, yeah. That's on the to-do list. Someone was saying to me yesterday, I was actually in a pub yesterday with my friend, and after 3 pints, you come up with the best ideas, and we said, do you know what we need? We need a holiday. And we decided we'd go to maybe Albania or Italy, out of Knock Airport. One of the greatest airports in the world, in my opinion, because of just the proximity to where I live, for a start, and also they don't really ask you anything when you go through. They don't tell you to take off your shoes. They don't tell you to take off your belt. You can even carry your bag through sometimes. And they're like, go on. Everyone's go on. Have you paid the €10? Then go on. That's all they care about, the €10. Lovely airport. And I remember once, very vaguely, now I think I've got this wrong, but I remember once being served at the deli, which is inside the airport. Lovely, lovely spot. And the fella that served me then went onto a plane and walked into the cockpit, and I think he was flying the plane. Hardly get direct flights to Albania from Knock. No, you wouldn't, unfortunately. But there's a place there in the north of Italy, and it's called, what's it called? Bergamo. No, is it Bergamo? It's one of these spots here anyway. It's up, I think it's just south of it here, look. No, not Brescia. Somewhere anyways. It's around Milan. It's like a smaller airport around here. And Knock flies into there, would you believe? So I think you can go from there, from Knock to Milan, and then possibly on to Albania. Or just stay in Milan, get a car, go down here to Genoa, spend a couple of days on the beach, drink a load of cheap wine, eat your body weight in... what do you call those yolks? Grapes. Anyone ever been to Serbia? Good question. Anyone ever been to Serbia? Another spot I'd love to go to. Oh, do you know what I did, folks? I don't know if I told you this, but I actually got a tattoo for no reason at all, only possibly a midlife crisis. No, but I got a tattoo and I was on my back. And because the reason I'm telling you is because your man said, anyone ever been to Serbia? And the fella that was doing the tattoo was from Serbia. And I said, do you like Ireland? He goes, yes, love it, man. Very nice. I said, do you like the weather? Yes, of course, I love weather. It's perfect. He said Serbia gets too hot. He said he loves the timid Irish weather. I said, I'd love to go to Serbia. He goes, oof, it's a tough place. I said, where would you recommend to go? And he said, he was kind of on about Serbia and Montenegro. He was kind of talking about the two of them at the same time. Now, I don't know much about the politics down that way, but he was selling it to me. Serbia, Montenegro, yeah. So I think he said Montenegro has more beaches, so this makes sense. Although I don't see many beaches there at all, lads. Tattoo of a shanty. I fucking should have got a tattoo of a shanty. No, we need to kind of kickstart the shanty going as well, folks, just in case. I'm not the best at putting music together. I've been trying to build a shanty song. I know we have a fella here in the chat who is very good at writing music, so let's get back to building the shanty, if you will. And thanks to everybody, by the way, that sent me in lyrics for the shanty, verses for the shanty, and if you have any other, I suppose, shanty lyrics, let's say. And just to refresh everyone's mind, and myself included, we're doing a shanty about a drink called sloe wine that comes from the Caribbean, and over there the sloe wine is the slow dancing, and it's going all the way to the west coast of Ireland, which is sloe wine, the sloe berry that they use to make bitter wine. And we want a shanty about, this sounds mental when I'm saying it like, but we want to write a shanty about our journey across the ocean. A bit like that movie with Matt Damon, Odyssey. I think that's about the ocean, is it? It could be about the ocean. I could be wrong on that one. Montenegro Python's Flying Circus. I'm going to type that into Google, and I'm a bit scared, but I'll do it. Montenegro Python's Flying Circus. What does this mean? I don't know what this means. Oh, Monty Python's Flying Circus. Is that what you're saying? Is it Monty Python? I didn't see that one, actually. Monty Python's Flying Circus. You know what? I'm actually ashamed to say I've never seen this. I've never seen this. Monty Python's Flying Circus. Need to get around to watching it. I did see The Life of Brian, and The Life of Brian is the one I've seen, actually, yeah. But that's a good one to watch. I might stick that now on the list of movies to watch. I might give that a look tonight, actually. But thank you very much, folks, everybody, for joining me. I'm nearly up there in the hour now as well, so I'm probably just going to finish this last drop of Guinness and then knock the stream on the head. But it's been lovely chatting to everybody. Great getting to know you. Lovely getting to know you. What else is going on in the life of myself or yourselves? If you've anything you want to talk about, folks, let me know. The Holy Grail is good. Yeah, I'm going to check it out. Definitely. I like Monty Python. I think they're very good lads. Hydration break on. Hit the nail on the head. Kind of a bit dry, says you. Do you know what movie I watched the other day? If we're looking for another one to watch, folks. I was going to do a watch along, but I didn't get the bloody time. By the way, France still beating Senegal. 2001, A Space Odyssey. This is a cracker of a movie. An absolute crackerino of a movie. It's about this fella that goes to space, and he's up there with AI. The AI is called HAL 9000. I think it's called HAL 9000, something like that. And then there's a couple of fellas up there in space, and there's a few fellas who are like frozen in time, and when they get to a certain part of space, they will be activated so that they can go around the cockpit. And basically they're saving oxygen, as far as I remember. But halfway up in space, they're like gone for like, they're too far gone now in space, and they're in the middle of nowhere, and it's scary, and there's nothing around them, just pure space. And the AI robot starts talking to one of the fellas, and he says, I think we might have made a mistake. And he starts, the bit of doubt starts feeding in there then. There's a Mortal Kombat 2 film out apparently. Okay. Let me see now. Mortal Kombat 2. My favourite was Liu Kang. Let's take a look at the trailer actually. Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. Because I don't know, is this something... I've never really watched Street Fighter the movie or anything like that. I know Jean-Claude Van Damme was in it, but... this could be something to watch. I remember being very let down by Karate Kid, the series. Very, very let down.
You want to know what makes a hero? It's not destiny. It's not something you're born with.
Come on, what is it?
It's searching for greatness.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen for Mortal Kombat.
Then realizing
Johnny Cage.
you've had
Oh, that's
it
Johnny Cage.
this entire time.
A Twitter. Oh. Oh, I love this. I love that, lads and ladies. That's just cool, isn't it? Like, look at that. All these pots and pans in the background too. Jeez, I'd love to get sliced open by one of them yolks.
Whoa! I really don't feel comfortable hitting a girl.
Don't worry. You won't.
Is that Sub-Zero?
Yo, send me back. I want to go back.
Oh yes, now that I remember. Yeah, Mortal Kombat was like you'd kill them and then at the end they go finish him. And then also Sub-Zero, was it Sub-Zero? He'd freeze them. And Scorpio would throw like a rope and go, come here, and pull them over to him. And then there was Liu Kang with the fast feet. And Johnny Cage was there. And was there a point in that game where there was a fella that would pop up on the screen and go, Toasty? Was that a thing? Forgot that mixed
The
up.
rules of the tournament are simple. Our fates would not be settled by the size of our armies.
That's how the UFC looked in the White House.
They would be decided.
Oh, I remember him. Katamati or something, was it? The worldwide
I'm
phenomenon.
not some great warrior. I'm not some champion.
Agasaki, was that one of them? Agasaki?
This is a war for the fate of your world.
This is Japanese written all over it, by the way.
Me.
There's always a touch of comedy in there too. Do you like that, folks? Do you like comedy in these kind of shows? I don't know if I do. I'd rather be fully serious, dark, where they're all just getting destroyed. Scorpio. Get over here. Oh yeah. Sold on that one, folks. Just sold on that one. Green Fingers, unfortunately, I'm finished now for the night, but I'm coming back and I'm going to be more consistent. And we're just going to kind of anchor the whole thing maybe in the World Cup stuff. Not that matters, but we're going to be watching a bit of World Cup highlights throughout the weeks. Let's just quickly check the France game. SENEG score. Full Mortal Kombat theme goes so hard, definitely, yeah. I used to listen to the Mortal Kombat music when I was going for runs, and I'd save it for the very end of the run, and then I stick it on, and I just start ploughing down the road, boys. The genre of, well, that just happened comedy. I don't know what that means. 2-0 to France against Senegal. Bradley Barcola scored. Never heard of him. A funny guy is good, but not everyone being wacky. Oh yeah, gotcha. Yes. Yeah, I know what you're saying. So maybe it's just Johnny Cage, who kind of already has that persona anyway. Raiden. Jeez, I forgot about Raiden. Yeah. Anyways, I won't be raiding any more of your time. Thanks for joining me on tonight's stream, folks. We will see you back. Tomorrow night I won't be able to be back, but the following day I will be back. So Thursday I'm back on the wagon, folks. And then we'll continue the chat. Thank you very much for joining me. And I'll see you very soon.